Even cooler is that if you guys didn't catch it, I know it's like super early in the morning, so I don't expect anybody to catch it. Trust me, I don't even normally wake up at that time that we did the NGPX stream. But during the NGPX stream, we did finally have trailers for some upcoming games, the ones that you've known about. So actually, what I'm going to do to start the stream is watch them for the first time on the stream with you guys, and then we'll get into the game, we'll get into Cafe Enchanté, and we'll talk about the trailers as well. If that sounds like fun to you guys, it sounds like fun to me. So let's do that. Woo, that song is really good. Yo, that song is really good. How's it going, everybody? Sorry, I was trying to stay quiet during that song. Dark Queen Hell, but I will have to get your name. By the way, how's it going, everybody? I saw a bunch of hellos during when I was putting up the trailer. I saw a bunch of hellos. So how's it going, everybody? I hope you guys are all doing well. I wanted to go through the trailers really quick, and if you guys missed it from the NGPX stream, just to show you guys all, you know, we've been talking about these for what, like 3 months now, right? Or something like that. So it's like, you know, why not show it on the stream as well? Because I'm also super excited for it. I love the art. The art, like, I always really like when people have, when the lines are really thinly drawn. It gives it like a sort of like, a lot of the characters have a sort of a really cool sharpness to them. I think it looks really, really good. That song is incredible. I will find that song. Wow, that was a jam. Whew. That was awesome. Okay, I'm gonna do Olympia Soiree next. Ooh, it's a much softer sound. That was cool. The song is way more like flowy and so. I wonder if the game. I wonder if the game's gonna be like that a little bit more, like a little bit more flowy. And it seems very it seems very heartfelt. Like it felt like a lot of the like in the first one when we're watching Dairoku, it was like there was a lot of very provocative sort of imagery that was going on with the characters. This one's felt like it was more emotional. Does that make any sense? Am I being a crazy person? Or or what it like do I or do you guys have different thoughts about what about the differences between them? Because that's how I felt. The art, yeah, or I do not know the artist by heart, Satoi. But the art's really, really good. The art's really good. It's incredible how crazy it's crazy like how good Otome, like the people who work on Otome games, like think about this in reality, right? Otome People who make Otome games not only have to make a different story and like make a branching story that sort of works with all the characters and doesn't overlap or contradict one each other, but they also have to create characters that are new and interesting every single time. That's crazy. Where's I'm already telling you my favorite boy here. Hold on. It's so easy. It's so easy. I play Kai. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's got the blue and white and gold? Yeah, I'm sold. That's it. Good game. I don't care. I've played Kai in Guilty Gear for over 20 years. You don't think that's not even slightly my type? And let me tell you, as a kid, trust me, as a kid, when you're 5-6 years old, you don't have any sort of decision making that goes beyond, I think that looks cool, or I think that looks good. This guy came out with a sword, and it uses lightning, and he had cool hair. That is it. That is all I needed. Sword, cool hair, blue is extra. That's working out for me. I don't usually call out my favorite boy before, or favorite character before something starts, but here we are. All right, last one. I saved this one because I was the most excited for it, but this one's variable barricade. Wow. That first part really caught me off guard. I'll be honest with you. This part right here. Hold on. The black and white is very cool. You know what's really cool about the black and white? I guess we can do this. Whoops. Here, I'm gonna lower it just a little bit so I can hear myself talk. So what's really cool about the black and white is that it cuts into this right here, and then you have like all of these really cool colors, right? And then like every color in the trailer is like clearly defined and outlined, right? I think that's really cool. Like I know like what's pretty common is that, or I was talking about color blocking. Okay, you know the actual term for it. I'm sorry. I only started drawing like a month ago this time, or a year ago at this point. So I'm very much newbie when it comes to the starts, and I'm not have any formal knowledge or anything. So excuse my layperson terminology. But what's really cool is not only like the coloring aspect, but like every time a color shows up in the trailer, like the color pops and it sort of directs your eye towards exactly what you want, right? Even in this shot where it's like sort of a way more busy than any of the previous other shots, it sort of directs you towards the character. Also, all of the eyes, all of the characters have really, really nice eyes. Hold on. Yeah, thank you for cutting off all the eyes trailer. I was trying to make a point. There you go. Yeah, like all the characters have like really, really cool eyes, or really well drawn eyes. Which is always neat. Oh, what I wanted to say. Yeah, so like very normally, like Otome, I guess like when Otome characters are created, they sort of created with an art or a color scheme in mind, and they sort of get attached to that color scheme as they go throughout the game. And I sort of realized that through playing a lot of Wintertide Miracle and playing through so far what we've gotten through Cafe Enchanté and Pio Fiore, where I realize that there's colors that the characters mostly embody and they carry throughout. It's on purpose. It's to make them distinct and unique. But the colors like super duper pop in this, right? Which is really, really cool. Like even as just a highlight here, like the colors pop incredibly well. Yeah, this trailer was super duper good. Also, Mary, oof, that's heavy. Also, do these kids, they all look like huge delinquents, don't they? They all look like huge delinquents. Maybe less so the guy at the very left. Holy. Did I miss it? I was trying to go back to her portrait. This is... Ooh, what's the frame one? Okay. This is way more of a fierce look than I expected from an Otome protagonist, but here we are. Or maybe she's not the protag. But she was in most of the pictures. She's the protag, right? Oops, sorry. They're idiots? Yes! Yes! They're ne'er-do-wells? Yes! That makes me so happy. She is a... Wow. That is way more of a serious look. I mean, okay, so excuse me because I'm using my previous experience of like what, like 4 games at this point? 3, 4 games? But I'm super excited for this. I did not intend to spend this much time on this last one. I did not mean to show favor to one game over the next. But I think the combination of the trailer and how good the trailer was and being interested in all the coloring and stuff like that, I think that sort of pushed it a little bit over the edge. I haven't played, so okay. No worries. Yeah, no spoilers for anybody. I should say something like that. Like, you know, for anybody who has previously played the game, it'd be nice if you guys did not share spoilers in chat, because for many people, the localization will be the first time that they play it. Listen, all right. Then you know what? Honestly, my consistent fear with streaming Otome games is that I am not I cannot come from the same perspective as you guys can. But I man, if we're talking about enjoying idiots as characters, just I am home. Absolutely. If this is what Otome fans love, I'm now officially an Otome fan, because the idiot characters are always far and beyond the most endearing and enjoyable characters. By far. If you've noticed like any of my favorite characters in anime, like you'll just notice like in what's it called? In brains melting. Haiku, like my favorite characters would be Bokuto and Hinata, which are like the dumbest characters in the show, but they're also like super endearing and cute. It works out that way, doesn't it? Okay. So there's a couple other trailers. Let me see if I can pull them up really quick. Or actually, we should probably get started. We're a little bit farther in than I thought we would be. I'll show more trailers next time. But for this one, I wanted to just show obviously the three that we've been talking about for a little bit. Thank you guys for joining me for watching trailers. That was fun. I will say that probably not to give attention to one game over the other, but I think obviously the variable barricade one drew a lot of interest from me, but that Dairoku one was really good too. Olympia Soiree was also very good. Don't get me wrong. The art was incredible, and obviously that having, you know what was really, I think, even cooler about having all of them at the same time is that they're very different from each other. I think I said this with Anne before, and she's also relayed this, but every time I stream Otome games, I always learn something from you guys. I really do. Yeah, it's a very good variety. That's a good word for it. It's a very good variety. Like you can, if like, let's say for example that like you were to purchase all three of them at the same time, I think you would be able to, oh, I have to press one more time. You'd be able to enjoy all of them at the same time, I think, because they're so different from one another. And I think that especially with like, if you're gonna play Otome games, I think it would be really good to like, if obviously if you're willing to give things a different try, having the ability to go from game to game sort of keeps your interest in it by keeping the up and down and changing the pace, as opposed to having something be the same theme or the same motif or the same feeling as it is every single other game, right? Which is like cool. Like I mean, you know, what this will, like if I were to, let's say, add those games to the list of Otome games that I played, which would be like 5, 6, and 7, they would still be entirely different from all of the other ones. That's kind of what you want. And I said this on the NGPX stream, but I think it's really cool that in general, Otome fans are pretty darn accepting of going outside of their wheelhouse or outside of their favorite set of style for an Otome game to play different ones. And what happens, or what I've noticed happens, is that usually Otome fans usually find something else to attach themselves to and then buy into the game entirely, which is like unlike any other genre. I will tell you that like most other genres don't have anything like that at that level, at that sort of at that percentage of the fan base acting in that manner. What I mean by that is that like an Otome fan will pick up a game because they have like there's a design for one of the characters that they really like, or like there is one of their favorite voice actors is in it, or they simply just like the theme of the game itself, and then we'll learn everything else about the voice actors, the story, the characters afterwards. Like, they will pick something very simple. If the whole package doesn't appeal to them immediately, they'll pick something very simple and then dive into it wholeheartedly regardless, which is cool. Yeah, great thing to do in front of 2,000 people, right? I am never gonna call myself, like, I can never call myself anything above a terrible streamer after that. I will never recover.